I'm Mark Gilbert here. In this video, I want to remind you that you are not your labels. What do I mean by that? I mean that as we walk around in this physical world, we often describe ourselves in certain ways. We describe it by our sex, our nationality, our age, our job, our political affiliation, our nationality, our religion. Whatever it is that you use that sets yourself apart from other human beings in this physical world is a label in how you describe yourself. Now, you certainly need to use these labels and have to use these labels as we navigate around in the world of form. But what I want you to see in this video is that there is a distinction between using them in this world and claiming them as our ultimate truth. You know, we were born onto this planet as this particular individual, and we've gone through all of the human experiences that we have. And at this point in our lives, when somebody says, "Who are you?" oftentimes we rattle off a list of words that make a distinction between who we are and other people on the planet. But ultimately, at our core, we're all one. We're all united. We're simply an individualized expression of that one, and we use these labels to define ourselves in this material world. If you've watched my videos, and you know that I often talk about the fact that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And to anchor that in, I often describe it, it's like a three-layer cake, that we are navigating around in this physical material world. But higher and greater than all of this is the spiritual realm, where our ultimate truth is, where we're ultimately united in oneness. The source of our initial creation comes from the world of spirit. But in between the realm of spirit and this physical realm in which we find ourselves each day navigating, there's a material realm. There's the realm of our minds, our consciousness, where we have the ability to choose how we look and see things. Now, I often say, in our mental realm, are we looking down at the world of form and spirit and form and defining ourselves by that? Are we looking up to the realm of spirit and seeing that as our ultimate truth? If we're looking downward at the world of form and saying, "Oh, I am Mark, I am this man in the United States, I'm American, I have this political affiliation, I have these spiritual labels that I've put on myself, and all the other things that I have used to define myself as I navigate around in this world," I have to also recognize, have I embodied that into my consciousness so that I define myself as that being my ultimate truth? And it's not. We need to clearly make a distinction between this realm of the physical and how we're navigating in it and how we are labeling ourselves, and our ultimate spiritual truth, which is in unity and oneness. One key factor I want you to remember from this video is that labels tend to divide us. Spirituality unites us. Labels are useful as we move through the physical world, but they're not our ultimate truth. Most of the world's ills, the political divisiveness, the conflicts, the wars, the interactions with other people where you have conflicts with them, are often generated by these labels. I am this and you are that, and we differ because of this. And we focus our attention on those differences and then let that difference not only define us, but call us into action in conflict with one another. The more that we can just see our labels for what they are, something that we are using in this world, something that has allowed us to describe ourselves in that way as we navigate through this physical world, but they're not really our ultimate truth, the more that we can become less attached to those labels. So how can we be less attached to our labels? I want to give you 3 quick tips on how you can do that. Before I get to that, let me just do a quick reminder that if you enjoy my videos, I would really encourage you to please subscribe to the channel. Please like the videos. If you have a comment or a question, be sure to post those in the comment field. If there's a topic you'd like me to cover, be sure to mention that as well, and I'll look through those and read those and bring that into an upcoming video. And finally, I would ask you to share this. If you really like these, share it with your network and people who you think might benefit from these videos. So thank you for that. So back to the 3 tips. How can we let go of defining ourselves by the labels in the physical world? Well, step number 1 is to bring into awareness those labels. So stop in your life and just get a sheet of paper down and write down all of the labels that you currently define yourself as. If somebody asked you who you were, what are those labels? Create that list that says, I am this, I am this, I am this, I am this. Step 2 is to ask yourself, am I ultimately that? Am I ultimately an American, a male, a person of this political belief, a person who has this kind of economic standing? Whatever the words are that you've used to define yourself, is that ultimately who you are? Now, here's a quick clue. The answer is no. You're not ultimately that. That's just simply something that you have accepted and taken on as a path in this physical world in this lifetime. But your ultimate truth is not that. So the first 2 steps are really bringing into awareness the labels you use and how they're not really who you are. And the third step is to set an intention to let go of that label. One way in which you can do that is to daily practice an affirmation that brings your awareness back to the fact that you are not that label. Here is an affirmation for you. Affirm each day, I know that I am really a spiritual being united in oneness. I know that I am really a spiritual being united in oneness. Now, you can use that affirmation or use that as a bridge to make your own to one that resonates with you. But the key is to recognize that the labels you use to define yourself are not really who you are. Remember, you are not your labels. I hope this has been helpful. Thanks for watching.